non-existent. Today, the Cowboys and the Giants battle it out in an NFC Eastern Division game from the Meadowlands in a capacity crowd of 76,500. Hi, everybody. I'm Frank Lieber, along with Roger Staubach. Cowboys, I know, want to get their running game going. That's one thing.
They feel they can run against the Giants.
Too Tall Jones has been magnificent, playing like an all-pro on the Cowboys' defensive line. We asked him how he's going to handle young quarterback Phil Simms.
He's a very good quarterback. What I expect him to do is come out and first try and establish a running game. If so, he can be very effective. He has a very good receiver in Gray, and he's also mobile, which poses a problem for a defensive end in containing it.
Now, Simms is just a second-year guy. How long is it going to take him?
Well, I think it's a bit unfair this year for Phil. He had a good year last year as a rookie, but it takes a while to really get in, develop, and get the leadership. And he's had pressure on him going into camp. An 8-game losing streak. He's tried to do too much. So I asked him about the pressure of his, I guess, his sophomore year. Really, it's his second year.
Well, I'd be lying if I said there wasn't a little more pressure on me this year. I felt it a little, but at the same time, I don't think it's affected my play. When we started losing here in the middle of the season, I did let it get to me for a couple games. I tightened up and did things I normally wouldn't do on the field, but now I've gotten over that, and I come out here every Sunday and I just do my job and hope that it takes care of itself.
Danny White's left shoulder, how much of a problem? You've been hurt before.
Well, Danny, fortunately, is right-handed, so the left shoulder is just going to constitute some pain. It shouldn't affect his play. The big thing, he missed practice during the week, and he might be a little bit rusty not throwing the football in practice.
We're ready now for the opening kickoff of this afternoon's game between the Cowboys and the New York Giants. Giants in white and Joe Danelo will kick off for New York to get this football game underway. Cowboys won the first meeting 24-3. Timmy Newsome, rookie fullback at the 10, back to the 20, across the 25, and stumbling forward to the 35-yard line before he's dropped by Jim McLaughlin. Offensively for the Dallas Cowboys, Ron Springs gets his starting job back this week after Robert Newhouse started against St. Louis. Cowboys really have some problems with their running game. Drew Pearson, homecoming of sorts, played his high school football at South River, New Jersey, right around the corner from the Meadowlands. And Jim Cooper back in the starting lineup in the offensive line after missing a week because of an injury. Danny White, the Cowboy quarterback, and we'll watch him rather closely. He's had an outstanding year so far. Dorsett bobbled the ball momentarily, got the handle, and drove forward for a couple of yards, and we have a penalty after the very first play from scrimmage. A marker thrown on the far side of the field by his referee Ben Dreith, giving the indication offside against the Giants. It has been a long, long year for New York. After beating St. Louis 41-35 in their opener, they've lost 8 straight.
Defense, encroachment, number 70 lining up in the neutral zone.
So it is 1st and 5. 76,500, a capacity house, another one for the Giants. Looking on here at the Meadowlands as the Cowboys break their huddle. White sending Tony Hill wide to the right side. Now we've got an official time here. And the Cowboys will go back into the huddle. Defensively for the New York Giants, the Giants are once again in the 3-man front. George Martin and Gary Jeter, the two ends, former #1 draft picks, both playing very well. And, of course, the veteran in the linebacking crew is Brad Van Pelt. The rest are all newcomers. And the New York secondary, a lot of youth and inexperience there. Mark Haynes, of course, is their #1 draft choice. But he hasn't been starting most of the year. He was beaten out by Mike Dennis, a rookie free agent.
I think that timeout, Frank, was Coach Landry's headsets weren't working. He couldn't talk to Dan Reeves, so he got him fixed.
Dorsett trying to get outside on the 2nd and 5, picked up a couple of yards, and he's dropped at the 42 or 43-yard line.
Yeah, he's working on him over there. He got a wrong number there a little while ago. He was hooked into the New York Police Department. He wanted to talk to Dan Reeves.
3rd down. Cowboys will need 2 for the first down with the ball at the 43-yard line. Opening moments of the ball game, no score. A little communications problem there in the Cowboys sideline, which is being worked out. Dorsett comes out of the ball game. Robert Newhouse and James Jones are now the running backs on this. Newhouse fighting for the first down, did not get there.
You know, one of the strengths of this New York football team has been linebackers before. Of course, this year their linebackers are out. They've lost Lloyd, they've lost Kelly, they've lost Carson, and the front three you see here really now have become the strength with McGriff and Jeter, and here's Robert Newhouse running into big number 770 right there, Gary Jeter, and also at the other end, George Martin is also having a fine year.
I said it was third down. That was only second down. Of course, the penalty figured in there. It is now third down, and the Cowboys still need a yard for the first down at their own 44. Hope we didn't confuse you. Dorsett, Newhouse in the backfield. Jay Saldi in motion across the backfield, and Newhouse picks up the first down and some more as he takes it out to the 49. Tom Landry has indicated he'd use both of his fullbacks. In fact, chances are he might use all three of them. Newsom, the rookie, and then Newhouse and Springs. Well, tell me, Mr. Staubach, what does Amy Staubach's scouting report say about the ball game today?
Dallas by a landslide, Frank.
You said it. 1st and 10, Cowboys ball at their 49-yard line. There's Ray Perkins. He's got to be under a bit of pressure, too, just in his second year as coach of the New York Giants. Looked like they had it turned around at midseason of last year. In fact, coming into this game last year, the Giants had won 4 straight. Dorsett on the pitch. And still not much there for the Cowboy running game.
Frank Marion was over there, number 51, made an excellent play, and also the cornerback came up from that side and did a good job. The Giants have given up quite a bit of yardage against the rush, and of course Dallas is trying to get back in stride and to run the football. So far the matchup has been in favor of New York here early in the game. Of course it's early, and the Giant defense is got a lot of people in there, a lot of new people, so they're going to be trying their best, but I think the passing game and the rushing game is going to be hard to stop Dallas.
2nd and 9. Nose of the football just into the Giants' end of the field. Danny White delivers the pass. Threw it behind the intended receiver, Drew Pearson.
Well, Mark Haynes, number 36, the cornerback, really was in good shape. The ball was a little bit behind Drew, and if he hadn't slipped, he had a chance for an interception there.
Mike told us when he tried to throw the football earlier in the week, the 2 or 3 snaps he took in the Wednesday practice, the left shoulder injury bothered his throwing. It would kind of jar him, and he said it was very, very painful. So he hasn't thrown a pass since Wednesday, so don't look for him to be too sharp here in the early going. 3rd down, 9, and the Cowboys go into the shotgun for the first time. Stepping up in the pocket, had all the time in the world, and finally found Drew Pearson. Well, the first down at the 36-yard line. That's what a quarterback likes to see.
That's the key right there. The Giants have got a 3-man rush. You notice 3-man, and they kept a defensive back. He came in slow, but it really was the 3 men put in the rush, and it wasn't a big rush. Danny had the extra time, and Drew finally found a hole over the middle. Number 26, Bud Hebert, and also Scorpion were back there, but they're double teaming Martin right here. You see Tom Rafferty, number 64, and number 75, Martin. So Danny steps up in the pocket, has that extra time, and Drew found the open hole behind the linebacker Scorpion.
1st and 10 for the Cowboys at the Giant 35. Dorsett takes it down to the 33, pickup of 2 yards on that play. Where do you see the problem in the Cowboy running game? In the blocking, or is it the running of the backs?
Well, it's a combination of the two. There's no good running game without an offensive line, and of course an offensive line has got to maintain their blocks, and when you have running backs like Dorsett, the people are there. It's just that Tom Landry mentioned that he's throwing out a lot of plays. They've had a wide variety of running plays. Now they're going to concentrate on a few and see how it works today.
2nd and 8. Cowboys at the Giant 33. They've held the ball since the opening kickoff. Dorsett goes to the outside, 30, 25, 20, lost the ball, went out of bounds. Cowboys will retain possession at the 17-yard line.
Well, Dorsett, it's kind of a delay back to the weak side. He's got Newsom, number 30, is out leading a great block on Scorpion there. Dorsett breaks it into the secondary. He drops the ball. The first time that of course, he hasn't lost a fumble in the last 81 carries, so he's gone 5 games without losing a ball. It was pulled loose, but it went out of bounds, and Dallas still maintains possession.
That was a great block by the rookie fullback, Timmy Newsom, who took 2 Giants out of the play on that game. First down. Cowboys have the ball at the Giants 17. Newsom is in there, coupled now with Tony Dorsett as Tom Landry's
There's a play-action pass right there.
That's Newsom, intercepted by Brad Van Pelt.
Well, they're going to give him the
touchback.
The interception. It's a touchback. Newsom had, had Van Pelt. He had a step on him. White was getting some pressure in the inside, and he just laid it up too short. Van Pelt's got good recoverability, and he got back and made a fine interception, catching the ball over his shoulder.
If anybody appreciates the end of the day.
Sports Spectacular, and the battle of the NFL cheerleaders continues next Saturday, 4:30 Eastern on the CBS Sports Spectacular.
Joe Danelo kicking off for the New York Giants, who are leading the Cowboys 7-0. A real knuckler. Newsom fields it at the 8-yard line, back to the 15, 20, and Timmy Newsom
Joe
is close to the 30.
It's like he kicked that one with his elbow, Frank.
It was a real wobbler.
Here, we're going to get a chance to see the touchdown again. Here's Steve Wilson up there in the corner, number 45, and of course Gray, 83, is out there. Charlie Waters is up, but it's between Wilson and Gray. And this pump right here, Gray turned in and then he took off. He beat Steve Wilson. Steve guessed a little bit. Gray beat him. I'll tell you, Sims does something excellent here. He saw Dennis Thurman coming over there, so he threw the ball on the line. Even though Gray had him beat so bad, he didn't lay it up. He drilled it in there before Thurman could get over and give some help to Wilson.
First and 10 for the Cowboys from their 29. Robert Newhouse taking the handoff and stacked up at the line of scrimmage. Curtis McGriff, number 76, the middle guard, who is a free agent rookie, made the stop, and not much there at all. Tom Landry, and with a victory today, Tom Landry can move ahead of Don Shula, and he would then be the number 3 all-time NFL winning coach. Saldi in motion. Sideline throw for Tony Hill. No good. I think he juggled that thing a little bit before he went out of bounds. It is not allowed. Bring it back to the line of scrimmage. It'll be a 3rd and 8. There's a look at this crowd. Giants may be down, but I tell you, the fans keep showing up.
They really do, and the Giants are now on second down like most teams are going. There's Sims over there and Gray. I don't know what they're tossing each other about. They're probably going over another play because the 3 that have run so far, the 3 passes have been right there. The Giants bring in that extra defensive lineman in these passing situations, so instead of the 3-man rush, they've got 4 in there now. Puts a little more pressure, plus there's a blitz.
The blitz was on Danny White, and Danny had to unload it quickly. And the Cowboys will be forced to punt. So Dallas off to a shaky start here in the first period at the Meadowlands. 5 minutes, 47 seconds left to play in the opening period. White will be punting for the first time this afternoon.
Well, that 4-man rush, and you add a linebacker to it. It's a 5-man rush, and of course that caused the quick throw and the pressure up the middle on Whittington, number 58, was a linebacker that got in there.
Alvin Garrett is the deep man. Another Giant free agent who played in the league previously with San Diego. Nice high punt. Garrett signals for the fair catch at the 19-yard line. And New York will put it in play from there, leading the Cowboys by a score of 7-0. We get some extracurricular activity. Glenn Carano, the Cowboys' number 2 quarterback, is taking some warm-up snaps on the sideline. Whether that means that Danny White's been bothered a lot more than he would care to admit by that bad shoulder remains to be seen. White has hit just one of his first 5 passes for 14 yards. Giants 1st and 10 from their 19-yard line. Leon Perry, a free agent rookie making his first start in a Giant uniform, is out to the 23. Harvey Martin made the stop. Here's a look at the Dallas front 4. Widely acclaimed as one of the best in the game, and they are playing tough. And of course, John Dutton spells cold. The Dallas linebackers, again a veteran crew. And the Cowboy defensive backs. Outside of Charlie Waters, a very young secondary. But they've done yeoman's job. Cowboys are ready. Have more turnovers this season than they had all of last year. 2nd and 8. Sims back to throw it. Gets it away, hangs it out. He's got Gray. Gray can't find it. And Thurman almost had him an interception.
Well, he had Gray, but Gray was right in the middle of that zone where Steve Wilson, number 45, was short, and Dennis Thurman was back there in good shape, deep.
He took a pretty good shot, did Mr. Sims, after he got rid of that football, and he bent over and inhaled.
I tell you, overall, though, the Giant pass protection has been pretty good, so that's a sign right now that the Giants seem to be playing a little bit more intense than Dallas. It's showing in the pass protection and the way the running game has gone so far.
Both wide receivers off to the left side on 3rd and 8. That would be Friede and Gray. Larry Heater, the man in motion. Sims back to rush. A blitz is on, and this time they bury Sims back at the 15-yard line. Larry Cole, number 63.
Larry did an excellent job, number 63. Charlie Waters also caused pressure from the other side. You see the left guard trying to block down. Cole is on a stunt, comes around, but Charlie Waters, number 41, is on a safety blitz also. So Sims had it from both sides, the safety from the left and Larry Cole coming in from the other side.
Dave Jennings, top punter of the NFC.
Oh, he is booming them.
Look at that average.
That's fantastic.
Punting from his 1-yard line, gets a kick away, a line drive. James Jones watches it bounce, fields it at the 29, trying to stay in bounds. Got maybe a yard on the return to the 30-yard line, and then it was Larry Heater, 27.
We got a flag back there. I think it's going to be punted over again. I'd say Dallas should decline this one.
How would you decline it? I'd say take it. Let him punt it from 5 yards deeper in the end zone. It's an eligible receiver downfield.
Well, you're right. I was looking at the 40-yard line. They were back to the 31. I thought they were on the 41. So it would be better to take another chance on the punt. They ought to get better field position on this.
Ineligible man downfield, number 59.
I lost 10 yards in that. That was a low line drive punt, but with the bounce, it was probably a plus for New York, and it's a good play for Dallas to have New York punt again here.
Of course, we'll see after the punt exactly who was right, depending on where the Cowboys wind up. Jennings now 5 yards deep in his end zone. James Jones, outstanding Cowboy rookie, number 3 draft pick from Mississippi State, standing on his own 40, respecting Jennings' ability. Considerably shorter. James at the 47, up to the 50, 45, 40. James Jones still on his feet and down to the 30-yard line. A tremendous return. And the Cowboys come up with super field position at the Giant 30.
That's why I would have had a punt again.
I see. I thought that's what you meant. Timeout. 4:06 left to play in the opening period. Giants 7, Cowboys nothing. The Cowboys have a 1st and 10 from the Giant 30-yard line after that fine punt return by Jones.
Yeah, that man downfield cost New York 40 yards.
Newhouse and Dorsett are the setbacks in the eye. Drew Pearson in motion.
That's a play action.
Danny White sideline to Tony Hill.
That's interference.
I would think so. Mark Haynes blatantly interfering with Tony Hill. I don't think he could have caught it anyway. Would have been out of bounds.
It was the ball was too high. It was out of bounds. Mark Haynes, number 36, came over and just obviously interfered in this play. There's the ball. it's sailing over Tony's head.
Defense pass interference number 36. That's a first down.
First down at the 11-yard line. Cowboys could make another first down before.
You know what happens, the defensive back gets beat, and he was beat to the outside, and they panic a little bit. They try to recover, and they get too aggressive, and of course that caused the penalty.
Dallas trailing 7-0. 4 minutes left to play in the opening period. Drew Pearson in motion across the backfield. Dorsett trying to get outside, gets to the 10-5 goal line. Touchdown. Tony Dorsett, 11 yards, 6 points.
Excellent play right there. Robert Newhouse got a good block. Herb Scott, watch Herb Scott, number 68, pulling out. He's going to get right there. He brings the pursuit from the inside, gets that block, and of course that was the key to the play, and then Tony cuts back inside. But Herb's job is to kick a man out, but he saw the pursuit coming from the inside, and he made that block, and Dorsett then scooted to the inside for the touchdown.
Septien comes on to try the extra point to knot this football game up with 3:54 left in the opening period. Charlie Waters will hold. I believe we got a delay of game. Whistle blew prior to the snap.
Well, that's how things can happen, though. New York's punting, an excellent punt. They get the ball off, and man's downfield. Then James Jones makes a great run back, and New York, instead of having Dallas back to their 30, now has them on their own 30, and Dorsett comes on.
So the extra point try now upcoming will be the equivalent of a 25-yard field goal. It's good. 7-7. Cowboys and the New York Giants in the second meeting between these two clubs. Dallas has beaten the Giants the last 12 times that they've met. That's a record for the Giants.
Boy,
Bears are putting it on the Redskins.
That's amazing there.
And the Steelers getting some of their injured people back, I'm sure helps, leading the Buccaneers also in the first period. This telecast is presented by authority of the National Football League. It's intended for the private use of our audience, and any rebroadcast or other use of this telecast without the express written consent of the New York Giants and the National Football League is prohibited. Septien will be kicking off. Tampa just got a touchdown against Pittsburgh to narrow that game to 10-7 on a Doug Williams throw to Kevin House. So that one's a little bit tighter. Beasley Reese, former Cowboy, is back deep. And Reese fields this one at the 5-yard line. Back to the 10, 15, 20. Out to the 25 and up to the 26-yard line. Beasley was a former Cowboy draft choice who was later picked up on waivers by the Giants, and he's been pretty much a fixture in their secondary. Played his college football for the Mean Green, North Texas State University. Ray Perkins.
He's looking over the game plan over there. He's got it on the sidelines.
Giants 1st and 10. Ball is at their 25-yard line. Larry Heater caught as he tried to turn the corner. Harvey Martin in pursuit over there, doing a good job, along with Mike Hagman of the Cowboys. Yardage picked up to the 28. It'll be 2nd down and 7. Harvey Martin has 6 traps, which tops the Cowboys this year, 3 of which came against St. Louis last week. Young Phil Simms. Over the middle, intended for Gray. A lot of blue shirts around there.
Well, Bob Bruning and Mike Hagman were right there. He tried to hit the quick pass to Gray, and of course, I think Bruning got his hand on it. Mike Hagman also probably got his hands on the ball.
So Simms trying to figure out the combination to this Cowboy defense. Perkins alternates tight ends normally to send in his plays. There's your third down conversions thus far in the afternoon. 3 minutes left to play in the opening period. Score is tied at 7.
Charlie Waters is up on the line of scrimmage again. Might look for another blitz.
Sims 2 steps back, throws the football, and completes the pass to Mike Friede.
Well, that's going to be enough for the first down. He got about a half a yard.
Friede, third-round draft choice of the Detroit Lions, later released.
Here's Friede is breaking to the outside, just enough for the first down. The ball's thrown before he breaks. It's a little low. Friede reaches back and makes the catch, and of course Aaron Mitchell's over there a stride late.
First down.
That's a tough pass to defense, and you kind of guess. Sometimes a cornerback comes up quick, but in that case it was a good play against the right defense.
Leon Perry, the fullback, across the 40 out to the 42-yard line. As Perry continues to run hard, he's a young man who the Giants signed as a free agent, was injured during training camp, and is just rounding back in shape. And this is his first start. Perry played his college football at Ole Miss. That was Phil Sims against Dallas last year in 2 games. Both of them won by the Cowboys. Dallas won rather decisively, 28-7 at Texas Stadium after that 16-14 squeaker. 2nd and 5. Larry Heater up the middle, a yard, maybe 2 at the most, and then shoved back by Harvey Martin, number 79.
And Harvey he read that play very well. He came right down the line of scrimmage and made the play at the point of attack, which was up the middle, and Harvey's pursuit down the line stopped the play. Dallas on third down. Again, looks like a new team comes in there. They bring in 4 people. They replace all 3 linebackers, and of course in this case Larry Cole comes in for John Dutton also.
Giants have a 3rd and 4 from their 42-yard line.
Same play.
Throw out to Friede. This time Friede can't find the handle, and the Giants will have to punt. You know, you wonder a little bit how one team can be so decimated by injuries, and the Cowboys have really very few injuries since the season started.
Cowboys have been fortunate, especially this year. Of course, they've lost Randy Hughes, he'll be back in a few weeks, and Benny Barnes is back again, but they've been fortunate overall.
Jennings punting to Jones, who fails it at the 8-yard line, back to the 10, 15, 20. Hit at the 25.
You look up, as far as the Giants are concerned, you look up injury in the dictionary, and you've got their team picture in there. They have just got a massive injuries this year. They've used, I think, 41 different starters this year at different times.
Got a penalty marker down here. Whose dictionary is that?
Oh, they just had their share of injuries and more, and
everybody else's. Yeah. Penalty against the Cowboys, moves it back inside the 10. It's a holding, looks like. Next, back inside the 5. From the spot of the foul, he marked it at the 3.
Defense holding a post-possession foul on 46. You go from the spot of the foul.
See that guy in the hat right there? Well, that's the guy that doesn't get excited. He gets excited. He's a competitor. I'll tell you, he's going after him. This is New York. This is where he got started. Well, he loves to win these games up in New York, as he loves to win all games.
The foul was called on Roland Sullivan, Cowboy rookie, specialty team member. 1st and 10, Cowboys back at their 3-yard line, trying to get some daylight. Brad Van Pelt coming up to make the hit. Tony Dorsett straight up the middle to the 5 for a pickup of 2. It'll be 2nd down 8.
On the tackle.
There was one time in his career when I'm sure Tom Landry would have killed to be the head coach of the New York Giants.
Well, that was
before he came to Dallas, obviously.
That was a dream. He was their defensive coordinator at one time and put in the 4-3 defense back in the old days.
And the Giant job became available a year or 2 too late. After he went to Dallas, Jim Lee Howell decided to retire, and Allie Sherman got the job. Dorsett trying to get outside and did not get back to the line of scrimmage. Stopped at the 4.
John Scorpan, number 57, made an excellent play there. He tripped up Dorsett. Dorsett started to cut inside, broke back to the outside. Scorpan wasn't fooled and made the stop.
So the ball now is at the 4-yard line, and time has expired here in the first period at the Meadowlands. Cowboys and the Giants locked in a 7-all tie. Roger Staubach and I'll be back in just a moment. The Dallas Cowboys have a 3rd and 9 upcoming from their own 4-yard line as we start the second period of play. I'll take your word for that.
Yes.
What do you want to throw here, Mr. Quarterback?
Well, they'll go to the shotgun, even though they're backed up in their own end zone, and probably work something safe. You don't want to turnover back in this area.
A little sideline job here.
Butch Johnson looks like a good receiver in this formation. He's in motion now, going to the other side.
White 8 yards deep in the end zone, going to Tony Hill, intercepted. Mike Dennis, number 46, and the Giants have the football at the 21-yard line.
Well, that's an excellent play by the secondary, and I was talking to George Martin, their fine defensive tackle, number 75, about the frustrations of the getting almost to the quarterback and having a long pass complete. I'm sure he's happy about this.
But that's part of the game. It hasn't only happened that way this year. It's happened in many years in the past. But the thing is, we have to keep trying because it's not promised that we're going to be there every time. But we just have to keep pressing, and hopefully our secondary will cause the quarterback to hold up a little bit and give us enough time to get there.
Well, it worked that time. Mike Dennis was on the spot.
1st and 10 from the 22-yard line. Sims handing off to Larry Heater. And Heater drives inside the 20 down to the 18-yard line. It's a Cowboy bench. Danny White there, and White has not been sharp at all today. Talking things over with head coach Tom Landry. Again, he's got a problem with that shoulder bruise on the left side, but I'm sure he wouldn't use that as an excuse.
I don't know if the shoulder bruise is bothering him. It's the fact that he didn't work out during the week when it was bothering him. Today, his right arm, of course, is in good shape. He seemed to let that ball fly on him a little bit and overthrew it, and Dennis was back there.
2nd and 7. Giants at the Cowboy 19. Score tied at 7. Bob Brunig was past Phil Sims before the ball was snapped. I mean, Brunig was all the way by Sims before the ball was even snapped.
That's what you get. You're caught with your hand in the cookie jar right there, Bob. Dallas had a blitz on. Both linebackers were coming. D.D. Lewis almost came when he saw Bob Brunig on his move. Bob
on the defense,
just took off too early. That Bruning's an intense guy. I tell you, he's a heck of a football player. He gives everything he's got. He's got a lot. He's quick. He's strong. He's becoming a leader over there on the defense with Charlie Waters. And that time he was just a little bit too intense.
5-yard penalty moves the ball down to the 14-yard line. It is now 2nd down and 2. Heater 27, carry number 30 in the backfield. It is Heater for the first down to the 9-yard line.
No, the Giants are without Billy Taylor today. He's had some injury problems. Heater, number 27, is run hard, and Leon Perry, number 30, both have run hard. These two guys have stepped in there today, and they're giving it everything they've got, and the offensive line's doing a pretty good job. They're moving the football on the ground.
Heater is a rookie from Arizona who started the season with Kansas City and was released and picked up by the New York Giants. 1st and goal to go from the 9-yard line. Heater over the right side down to about the 7. This, of course, is where it gets a little tough now. 13.5 minutes remaining in the first half. Score tied at 7, and the Giants trying to take advantage of the turnover created by Mike Dennis. On the interception, it'll be 2nd and goal to go with the ball just inside the 7.
Boy, the yards do get tough down here. Of course, you got the back of the end zone is part of your defense also, so everybody plays up a little bit tighter. They don't have to worry about the real deep pass, and you have a different philosophy down there. A little bit more blitzing down around the goal line because you don't have to worry about getting beat deep. And Dallas is very tough in these goal line situations.
Heater one more time to the 5. Heater to the 2-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, Heater was stopped by number 58, Mike Hageman. He broke that broke that tackle and got down to the 2-yard line. Heater's running with a lot of heat today. That's a pun.
It's
not a very good one.
Not a very good one.
But Dennis Thurman, number 32, makes the hit right there. And without that hit, Heater might have scooted that end zone.
All right, 3rd down. Goal to go. Giants from the Cowboy 2. Well, George Martin is in the lineup as a tight end for the New York Giants to beef up their blocking.
Well, they've got the big guys in there now.
Perry driving for the goal line. He did not make it.
Oh, he's close. This is a decision time here. He is right close to that stripe. The fans want Perkins to go.
Perkins wants to know how far.
Oh, he's got a few inches there, Frank.
Well, he's got almost a yard.
When you're 1 and 8,
might as well go for it.
You don't kick a field goal. Even if Dallas gets the ball, they've got about 99.5 yards to go.
Would you throw here?
No. They called timeout. Bill Sims wants to check it over. It's a heady play on Sims' part. If he wasn't sure it's such a key play, let's go over and talk about it.
Play coming up for the New York Giants. A 4th down and goal to go from the 1-yard line. This is what it's all about.
It's a real big one. I'll tell you, Dallas has been tough around that goal line. It's a test right here.
They go with Heater, and Heater scores.
That was Braun against Braun right there. There's Charlie Waters is coming in, and number 57, Heather was knocked out a little bit, and of course Heater got into the end zone. But there was a couple of good hits in there, and I know on that side Vern Holland and also Martin was in there, so they came over the defensive end, who was playing offensive tight end.
Scott Brunner, the rookie quarterback, to hold. Danelo at the extra point try. The kick is good. And for the 2nd time in this football game, the New York Giants have the lead. This time with 11 minutes and 23 seconds left to play in the 1st half. It's the Giants 14, the Cowboys 7. The New York Giants have come to play here at the Meadowlands. Here's Danelo with a short looper that's picked up by Doug Cosby, a Cowboy tight end at the 30-yard line, and returned out to the 43.
Well, I tell you, I don't understand
that wasn't an onside kick.
Look at Danelo got his foot caught in the grass, except it's AstroTurf. I don't know what he's trying to do there.
Well, he's given the Cowboys pretty good field position.
Excellent field position.
1st and 10 Dallas at the 43-yard line.
Let's see if someone's going to talk to him over there. Usually when you make a kick like that, no one talks to you.
Danny White has completed 1 out of 6 for 14 yards. Only your specialty team coach will talk to you.
He's reluctant.
Billy Joe Dupree in motion for the Cowboys. Dorsett.
There's a big hole. There he goes.
50, 40, 30. Dorsett will go all the way.
Oh.
Did he get in?
1-inch line.
1-yard line.
Oh, Tony doesn't like that, but that's an excellent run. Once he saw the daylight, it was. Here's the play right here. Here's Dorsett. He's going right inside. Good blocking there. Rafferty, Cooper's turning him out. He breaks downfield. He's got Drew Pearson helping him down there. He now breaks to his right. He sees Drew to help him. Drew tries to make a good block right here. Dennis comes over and makes the play, and I'll tell you, he looks like he scored to me. I guess he hit something we didn't see. Look at, he gets through the line. There's an excellent blocking. Rafferty made a good block. Everybody's line of scrimmage does a good job with Dorsett's speed. He's downfield. Drew makes a good play right here. He gets a good block, but Dennis comes over here, number 46, and it's tight. Might have scraped his elbow there on about the 1-inch line.
1st and goal, and Robert Newhouse drives into the end zone for the touchdown. Well, the Cowboys didn't take long to get that one back, and that run by Dorsett, 56 yards, is his longest in 2 years. He did not have that long a run all of last season. And his longest run to date this year was just 20 yards.
He's happy about it. Dorsett is really you know, he's a quality football player. He's got a lot of yards. His average is down this year. His rushing per attempt average is down, and he's pressured. He's running hard, but he's put pressure on himself. Of course, that helps relieve some of that pressure.
Septien's extra point ties it up again. One-play drive, making a two-play drive for the Cowboys. The 56-yarder by Dorsett, the 1-yarder by Newhouse, and we're knotted again. Septien ready to kick off for the Cowboys. 14-14. Wide open football here in the Meadowlands. Beasley Reese, 3 yards, 5 yards deep in the end zone, will not run it out. Other scores around the National Football League. Let's take a look at them. The Bears 28-0 over the Redskins in the second period.
I'll tell you, the Redskins are having their problems. They lost to Minnesota last week.
Lost big, and they're losing big again. Second period score, Steelers over the Bucs 17-7. Our score 14-all. Cowboys and the Giants, still 10 minutes left to play in the second period. Wide to the right side. Pitches to Leon Perry. And Perry carries it outside to the 23. Second down, call it 6 for the Giants. Phil Simms has put it in the air 7 times, 1 touchdown throw. Of course, for the Cowboys, you face a team that's lost 8 straight, and I would think you'd have a tough time getting the team up to play, wouldn't you? Could you get ready for the Giants?
Well, it's in the back of your mind, but again, they're coming to New York. Dallas knows in the past New York has played extremely well up here against Dallas, but the 1-8 record can cause a psychological problem. This is the second time out now that New York has had to waste, and of course, before the half, they won't have much chance for the 2-minute period.
Time out of the field with 9:58 left to play in the first half here at the Meadowlands. Second and 6, Giants ball, nose of the football just beyond their 23-yard line. Score tied at 14. Bill Simms, the second-year man, nice fake into the middle. And the blitz is after him. Now running him down is Dutton, and finally he throws the football away. So that'll set up a 3rd and 6. You may have noticed as you look at John Dutton, the former Baltimore Colt, that Billy Taylor is not starting this football game for the Giants. He has a sore knee which flared up in the pregame workouts. However, prior to the game, he was very complimentary of some of his new teammates.
Well, I guess that goes with football because you can never predict everything that comes because football is a strange game with injuries one week to another. But the fullbacks we have been doing a good job. I think Bo Matthews is blocking really outstanding. And the guy that's starting today, Leon Perry, shows good promise. And I hope we can show the Cowboys a little competition today.
3rd down 6. Billy Taylor, who played his college football at Texas Tech. No stranger to Southwest Conference fans. Again, Simms back to throw. Pressured this time by Larry Cole. Cole chasing him to the sideline, and the pass is blocked by Harvey Martin. Hunting situation for the Giants. Cole, the old man, helping the young man, Simms to his feet. Larry Cole, they say, is the world's oldest, fastest human.
Well, he is. He's the young son hero of the Cowboys also. Larry is just a consistent football player. That time, Simms wanted to throw a quick pass. He had a short drop, and once he saw it was taken away, he then tried to scramble to find someone else and found Heater late. But the play was killed initially by the defense Dallas had, trying to take away that quick sideline pass.
Jennings back to punt. Again, the Cowboys have the rush on. Good kick by Jennings. James Jones at his 30. Gets away from Nate Johnson up to the 35 and reaches the 40-yard line. He got 10 yards out of that return. When there was virtually nothing there, Johnson, number 84, was down there quickly. But Jones managed to sidestep him. Cowboys, after this game, will be home next week and the week after. In fact, they'll be home for the next 3 games. The Cardinals And the rematch of that exciting game we saw last Sunday, next Sunday at Texas Stadium, followed by the Redskins the following week, and then a Thanksgiving date with Seattle. First and 10, Dallas ball at the 40-yard line. Cowboys have never been ahead in this football game. It's tied at 14-all. Danny White.
Quick sideline pass.
Picked off by Brad Van Pelt at the 45, and Van Pelt gets it back to the 42-yard line of Dallas.
Well, I'd say that's a heck of a catch right there. What Dallas tried to do there again was the running fake to the left side. White fakes it, tries to hold Van Pelt. Van Pelt's an experienced veteran. Watch this, flow goes away. See the running backs going one way. Van Pelt's an experienced veteran though, and he starts to go out to help on underneath coverage. He knew that the play would be out there in that area, and of course the catch he made was sensational. He got one hand up, tipped the ball, and then made his second interception of the day.
Almost forgot that he could get up and run some more. Driving hard is Leon Perry, the fullback, down to the 38-yard line. Now that is 3 interceptions that Danny White has thrown here in the first half. He has completed just 1 pass for the Cowboys and has thrown 3 interceptions. Well, very unlike Mr. White.
No, Danny White is very, very consistent. He's been consistent all year, and he's a little down on himself over there. He's not throwing the ball as well as he can, and it probably has the effect of not practicing during the week. Plus the Giants making good plays. You can't take that away from Van Pelt.
Perry driving up the middle inside the 35 and down to the 33-yard line. A couple short of the first down. There's the backup man, Glenn Corrado, who's seen action in just 1 game this year in a mop-up role against the San Francisco 49ers, and has thrown only 1 pass this year. If it should come down to that, I'm sure Glenn would not come on unless White would not be able to go for injury reasons, not basically for performance reasons.
Well, you're not going to get White out of there with an injury. He likes his job. He wants to stay in there, and he's a tough cookie.
3rd down. Giants need a yard for the first down. Nice fake to Perry. He's looking long downfield. Heater at the 10. Larry Heater at the 5-yard line. 1st and goal, Giants.
Play right here. It's a run fake right here on 3rd down, short yardage. Heater's out to the sideline. He's got Aaron Mitchell chasing him downfield. Aaron's beat. Heater beats him. Aaron's looking for the run. Heater gets behind him, and it's a play action, perfect play action pass, and nice catch by Heater.
Whose man is that?
That's Aaron Mitchell's responsible for him out of the backfield. Number 34.
1st and goal to go. The official spotted at the 4-yard line of the Cowboys. Sims, easy touchdown, and this goes to George Martin, the defensive lineman who is playing tight end in the short yardage situation.
Look at George over there. Look at the Giant players, if we can get them over there on George. That's something special when a defensive end catches a touchdown pass, and of course it's a big play for the Giants regardless, but George is a happy soul. He's a good guy. We interviewed him as we saw before the game, and he's a good solid veteran. Here's the play action fake, and again it looks like Aaron Mitchell's just letting him go. I would be guessing that he was responsible there for George Martin, but I feel he saw Martin in there, number 75, and said, hey, he's not going to catch the ball.
The snap was low.
That's a big play there.
Could not get it down, so he is stopped. However, we got a flag.
We got a penalty.
There's a penalty marker down, and the Cowboys were offside.
Well, that's a break, because that 1-point difference can hurt you.
Update on that Pittsburgh game. The Steelers 17, Tampa 14. Another Doug Williams touchdown throw. This one to Jimmy Giles. They're still in the 2nd period.
Defense was offside.
So the extra point try upcoming. For the 3rd time in this game, the Giants have taken the lead. 7 minutes, 13 seconds left to play in the first half. Scott Brunner to hold. They've got a new snapper, we might point out this week, which does make a difference. Another low snap, but he gets it up and gets it through.
Bad snap there.
Kelly Salfeld, who was just picked up this week by the Giants is doing the snapping. They've had some snap problems in the past, and apparently continue to do so. Great job by the rookie Brunner.
Yeah, Brunner does a good job. The ball hits the ground, bounces up, and he bobbles it there, then he gets it down. Of course, Danelo's in his motion, so it's not much Danelo can do if Brunner does a good job.
Well, we've got ourselves a football game. Cowboys and the Giants in the second period here, about the halfway mark, and the Giants leading 21-14. Cowboys' Danny White has thrown 3 interceptions thus far, and the Cowboy defense not being able to stop the Giants, as Phil Simms has thrown 2 touchdown passes. One to Big George Martin, normally a defensive lineman who's put in the tight end spot in that short yardage situation.
Let's see if Danelo can boot the ball and give his own defense a good field position. Yeah, he's kicking it this time.
High kick, a little bit short. James Jones at the 8, 10, 15.
He's going to get outside.
20, 25, and up to the 30-yard line goes the Cowboy rookie. Dallas will put it in play. 1st and 10 from that point. That's been the Cowboy passing game, which is carrying them all season long. And for the first time, White is having an off day in the passing department, and the Cowboy offense is struggling. They've had to rely more on the rushing game. They got the one big one, the 56-yarder out of Dorsett. And they'll need more of that. First and 10. Dallas from the 30-yard line. Their end of the field. Cowboys are playing comeback.
It's a quick screen.
Drew Pearson gets a couple out to the 32, and then he is wrestled down. That is Pearson's second reception of the day. He has both Danny White receptions, and Drew now needs 4 catches to become the Cowboys' all-time leading receiver, surpassing Bob Hayes. Cardinals have jumped out in front of the Falcons on a 38-yard touchdown pass from Jim Hart to Chris Combs. Our score, Giants 21, Cowboys 14, 2nd and 8. Dallas with the football at the 32-yard line. On the delay, Dorsett finds some running room close to the first down at the 39-yard line.
This is a draw play right here. Dorsett's back there by himself, and he gets the ball. It's good block, and McLaughlin, number 52, right there. And of course, he's down into the secondary quickly, and Beasley Reese makes the stop. Dorsett's running quick. He's got good agility, of course, when he does run downfield, and he almost broke that one.
Unofficially, Dorsett in 9 carries, 98 yards. He's gained 100 yards in a game only once this season. 3rd and 1. Again, Dorsett gets the call. He's got the first down as he slides across the 40 out to the 42-yard line, but looked like he was going to be tripped up for a loss by Haynes.
Mark Haynes is mad at himself. He had a chance to get him for about a 2-yard loss, and Dorsett spun and got back inside and got the first down.
Speaking of Danny White of the Cowboys, as we were a moment ago, Danny wanted us to give a special hello today to a young 13-year-old lady from Phoenix, Arizona by the name of Shasta Smith. A very good friend of his, and he says he and the rest of the Cowboys are certainly pulling for this young lady. He's going to go 45-15 down to the 45-yard line.
Well, I'll tell you, that's one thing about Dallas. They've got the weapons to pick up when one area is not doing so well. Here's Dorsett. He's right up the middle. Then he breaks it to the outside, right down the line. With his speed, he can get outside. He gets outside of Beasley Reese. Drew Pearson's working downfield, and Dorsett again has got a nice gain and a first down.
You made a very big point there. You know, the passing game isn't working. Now they've had to go to the run, and it's producing.
Yes. The running game hasn't worked. The passing game picked up the slack.
Tony D with 114 yards rushing here in the first half. That's his best day of the year. We're not even at halftime. White looking for Billy Joe to clear. He's picked off again.
Danny is really off target. That ball was He released that ball and it got away from him, and Billy Joe was wide open. He just he doesn't like that. He's mad at himself, but he's the kind of guy that can throw these and come back with a strong performance later on. But right now, he's forcing the ball a little bit. He's pushing it. He's pushing it high right there. Dupree's open. It's behind him. And, of course, the defender's right there. And Gary Wolford has the interception.
Wolford, number 20. Picking off White's 4th pass of the first half. 4 interceptions. First down, Giants at their 26-yard line. They lead 21-14. Sims out for Gray, tipped away by Steve Wilson, number 45. Now, how much? This is another test for White, is it not? That he doesn't get himself rattled.
Well, here's the play right here. Sims is looking back, and Steve Wilson is responsible for Gray, but he also knows he's got help from Dennis Thurman deep. Gray gets a step on him, but Steve recovers and knocks the ball down. Nice play by Steve Wilson. And of course, here's Dennis Thurman coming over to help deep.
Second-year man for the Cowboys, who was a wide receiver last year. 2nd and 10, Giants at their 26-yard line. Larry Heater runs into a stone wall at the line of scrimmage. Everybody in on that play. Too Tall Jones, number 72. C.D.D. Lewis, number 50. Now, isn't this a test for a quarterback? You've thrown 4 interceptions here in the first half. Now you fight a little bit of a mental thing, saying, what is it?
You do. You fight the mental thing. But again, Danny White has got the character. He's a big play guy. He's been a winner since college, and he'll come out of it.
We need these Giants like Custer needed more Indians.
That's bad timing on that right there.
It is very bad timing because the Giants are playing probably their best football of the year. Sims going long for Friede. Friede makes the catch at the Cowboy 22.
Well, I'll tell you, Friede came over from Detroit. We saw him up there in Detroit a few weeks back, and they liked him there. The Giants like him, and of course, they really like him now. That was an excellent play as he showed some speed. He's a big, tall guy, and he got behind Aaron Mitchell. And Sims put that ball right on the money. Sims, of course, is having a fine day throwing the football. He's thrown all over. Dennis Thurman's trying to recover to get back, and I'm not sure who's the guilty party, if it's either Thurman trying to get over there late, or it looks like Mitchell thought he had to help deep, and Dennis might have been over there a little bit late.
So the Giants are on the march again with a first down at the Dallas 22, and Heater takes it inside the 20, down to the 18-yard line. Sims now is 7 out of 13 for 147 yards. That pass play covered 48 yards. Giants leading 21-14, 2 minutes and 45 seconds left to play in the first half. And the Giants are carrying the fight to the Dallas Cowboys right now. Trying to get this monkey off their back. The Cowboys have beaten them 12 straight times. Second and 7 from the 18. Sims back to throw it over the middle. Heater, touchdown. Penalty marker back at the line of scrimmage. A flag was thrown at the line of scrimmage. The indication is the penalty is against the Cowboys. If so, let's see. We haven't seen the touchdown
I tell
signal.
you, Ben Dreith is pointing that way, but he's also bringing the ball back.
Can't have both, I would think. Now, he was pointing the wrong way.
Yeah.
Penalty is against the Giants.
Well, that's a big play right there.
He'll spell it out for you. It's a tripping violation.
Offense, number 77, tripping.
Well, I'll tell you.
Vernon Holland.
That's a tough call. Here's number 77 right there, which is Vern Holland. Well, he did trip. He knew he was beat, and he swung those legs back, kind of a whiplash type movement on Ed Jones, and tripped him up.
Take a look at it again.
Well, that's an unusual call, but based on this replay right here, he leg whips him right now. That right leg, left leg.
Second and 17 from the 29. Sims back to throw it again. Down the sidelines, Aaron Mitchell is there. It almost intercepts. Mitchell, number 34. You know, you're talking about Randy Hughes a few moments ago. I was talking to Randy the other day, and in fact talking to Tom Landry, and there's a good chance that Hughes will be activated next week for the St. Louis Cardinal game. But Landry's so pleased the way the secondary's been playing that he really doesn't want to disturb anything. So Hughes, who was a starter at the beginning of the season, is going to have to work his way back in there slowly.
Well, I tell you, Hughes is a great athlete. He's worked hard, and you want him in there somewhere.
He suffered a shoulder separation and underwent surgery in camp. Of course, he took Cliff Harris' place to begin with, and now Thurman is in there.
Here comes a blitz. Charlie Waters blitzing.
Heater overthrown at the 25-yard line. Clinkscales, number 47, came up, and now we get another flag.
They're going to get roughing the quarterback this time.
Penalty is against Dallas. That was a third down play. And it's questionable at that point whether or not the Giants were within field goal range. So that's another big play. This will give them a first down, keep the drive going, and move the ball.
Well, Dallas had the blitz on, the same blitz they had when they trapped Sims before. Sims recognized Waters coming. Of course, Waters was coming from his right, from Sims' left side, which he could see him, and he got rid of the ball quickly and then got hammered.
Roughing the passer, number 54, first down.
Randy White.
Randy White. Here's Sims, gets rid of the ball quickly and then gets, it looks like a shot in the chin right there.
Tom Landry looking up at the scoreboard clock here, which indicates 2 minutes and 13 seconds left to play in the first half. It is a first down from the 14-yard line. And Sims goes back to throw it again. Good protection this time.
Oh, man.
Diving catch at the 5 and down to the 2-yard line goes Tom.
They're going to get a penalty on Charlie Waters right here for hitting Mullady late. It's going to help him about a yard, but there was nobody near him. Sims saw him late, threw it low, but there wasn't a soul near him. He could have walked in the end zone.
That's normally the...
He tried to roll in the end zone right here.
That's normally the safety's responsibility, Waters, isn't it?
Well, no, not in this case. Waters is coming from the... Watch him coming from the other side of the picture right here. Now, right there, Waters, bam. That's just a little late hit. Looked like Mike Hagman had Mullady over the middle, and...
Personal foul, piling on.
But again, the pass protection.
Number 41, that's a first down.
The pass protection was excellent there. Sims had a chance to survey the field, and it did not look like Mullady was his primary receiver, and he came to him late and, of course, set up this goal line situation.
Penalty's about even. Of course, that's just half the distance to the goal, 1 yard, and puts the Giants in business with a first and goal to go just outside the Cowboy 1-yard line. They go to Leon Perry, and Perry drives into the end zone. Touchdown.
Well, the Giants got it back. It looked like that penalty on tripping was going to hurt them. And then the penalty on Sims brought it back. And here's Leon Perry. He just hit in the middle of that line. He's running hard. He's been running hard all day. And he scores by a few inches, and that's all it takes.
Ray Perkins told his team a couple of games ago that they might not win another game this season, which I thought was a little unusual comment for a coach to make to his team.
Well, he had his fingers crossed when he told him that.
I bet he did.
I don't think he'd want to believe that or want the team to believe that.
A lot of movement prior to the snap. Flags go down. The kick is up and good. Let's see where the penalty.
Another penalty.
That's like 4 penalties in a row we've had here.
Well, they'll probably get this on the kickoff if it's on Dallas.
Defense is offside. The point count will penalize 5 yards on the kickoff.
So, surprise, the New York Giants, who have lost 8 in a row, lead the Dallas Cowboys 28-14. 2-minute warning going to both benches. Cowboys will get the football back now for the 2-minute period. There's Phil Sims talking things over with Ray Perkins. Danny White in the first half has hit 2 out of 9 for 16 yards, has had 4 passes intercepted. Now, you said earlier he wouldn't take himself out because of an injury, but at some point, if that thing's troubling him, you've got to make up your mind whether or not you're hurting your team.
Well, Danny doesn't believe he's hurt. He's having a rough first half. I'm sure he feels he can come back. I think this 2-minute period right here is the key to what's going to happen in the second half.
Jones, 7 yards deep in the end zone, will not take it out, and the Cowboys will get the football at the 20-yard line. And this giant crowd has suddenly become revved up.
Coach Landry likes to start out these 2-minute periods when you have all your timeouts, some type of screen, quick screen, or a quick move over the middle, and where you hit the running back over the middle or to the outside, and then have 2 plays called so you can run up to it and get things started after you hit the quick early play, the screen type pass.
In their last 7 games prior to today, the Giants had scored 5 touchdowns. They've scored 4 in the first half today. White back to the 10-yard line. Good protection. Tony Hill at the 40. Hill to the 45. Still on his feet. Finally goes out of bounds at the 42-yard line. Backtracking, he actually lost about 5 yards.
Well, I tell you, White put that one right on the money. It was a deep in route to Tony Hill. Again, Butch Johnson over on the other side is clearing out deep, and Tony Hill's coming in underneath the coverage and makes the catch and gets out of bounds.
He gets all the way to the 45-yard line and then has to retreat and has finally run out of bounds here about the 42.
Now he can run with that football.
Cowboys obviously would like to go to intermission with 1 more score on the board. Wide open offensive football game so far. 1st and 10 from the Dallas 42.
Comes a blitz. There's a quick screen over the middle.
Ron Springs at the 50.
There's
45,
nobody there.
40. Springs to the 30, the 20, the 10, the 5. He scores.
Oh, they hit that one right on the blitz.
So the Cowboys come right back as they did following one of the prior touchdowns.
Here's the play right here. The Giants have a 3-man rush, so they decide to blitz everybody. And, of course, the ball's thrown over. There's plenty of blocking now because you have most of your linebackers already committed. And Springs just takes it right down the middle of the field.
It's a perfect call for the situation.
Oh, it's perfect play. Well, that happened fast.
58 yards on that play. Perkins taking a look at the scoreboard now. Septien with the extra point try. Cowboys took 24 seconds to score. Following the New York touchdown, the extra point try is good. And this is a 28-21 ball game. And still 1:35 left to play in the first half. Both teams having little problem moving the football against each other.
Here's the play to Springs again. Again, you have everybody committed. They're on top of White, but now you have the lineman out in front. Some excellent blocks right there. You can see Herb Scott getting one, and of course Springs is downfield with only 2 men down here. He's got Tony Hill screening someone off. He's got Mark Haynes being screened off by Tony Hill, and Springs takes it in. Perfect play against the right situation. Couldn't have asked for a better defense.
And Springs accepting congratulations, former Ohio State star. Septien ready to kick off. Last time that the Giants beat the Cowboys in New York was 1970, 10 years ago. Last time they won in Dallas in 76. Beasley Reese 2 yards deep in the end zone. After the 10, 15, 20. Reese trying to get loose, takes it back to the 25.
Well, there's a clip back there, and it's going to be on number 81 for the Giants, who's Tom Mullady, the guy that Mullady,
you're right the first time.
Mullady, he made the fine catch to set up the touchdown, but he pushed Eric Dickerson.
And that, of course, will mean that the Giants will start this drive inside their 5.
Say Tony Dickerson, number 51 for Dallas.
A hand on number 81 on the run back.
Don Springs, the Cowboy runner, started at fullback today. Picking up a touchdown when the Cowboys really needed it. Giants got to be wary now of the turnover. Dallas could go in tied.
Well, Dallas should probably use their timeouts down here if they can stop New York in this first play.
Larry, number 30, have done a good job behind Phil Simms. Larry Heater out to the 5. To the 8-yard line for a pickup of 5. And the Cowboys will call time.
They'll still use their timeouts. Well, Dennis Thurman was signaling, but
now they stop it with 1:11. Giants 28 and the Dallas Cowboys 21. The timeout situation here in the first half. Barry Bradshaw has just thrown a touchdown pass to Lynn Swann, and Pittsburgh leads Tampa 24-14. And the Bears are now 35-0 over the Redskins in the first half. Of course, Brent Musburger and the NFL Today company will be along at halftime to give you a rundown on all the scores and all the highlights and some interesting features as well.
Did the Redskins show up?
I think so, but we'll have to confirm that.
Here's Ernie. He's talking now to his defensive people, talking to his signal callers there, both Bob Bruning and Charlie Waters, and they want to keep him back there. They'd like to see New York punt out of that end zone.
He is just Ernie to you, but he has a last name to a lot of people. Ernie Stockton. George Martin has come into the ball game, number 75, again as a tight end in this double tight end setup for the Giants. He may become pro football's first two-way performer since Chuck Bednarik's days. He keeps up logging as much time as he has on offense. He's caught one touchdown pass already, which is the third of his career, but his first offensive touchdown. The other two scored defensively. Second down, Giants need 5 for the first down. Make it 6. The ball is at their 8-yard line. Obviously would like to bottle them up back here. Get their hands on the football. Simms back at the goal line. Airs it out for Heater. Incomplete at the 40, and Ray Perkins wants an interference call. Perkins really got hot. He moved about 15 yards down the sideline to talk to one of the officials. We did have a flag back at the line of scrimmage.
Well, Dallas is mad about something, and that's why. Must have hit the passer again. I don't think they like Bill Simms.
Defense, roughing the passer, number 63. First down.
Well, the first time it was Randy White on the roughing the passer call. This time, Larry Cole.
Larry Cole.
Mild-mannered Larry Cole.
Phil Simms seemed like a real nice guy when we met him, Frank.
That's right, before the game.
Dallas doesn't like him.
He did something to get him mad, like scored 28 points in the first half. That moves it out to the 23-yard line, gives the Giants a breathing space. First and 10. Heater over the right side out to the 30-yard line. Giants look like they'd be contented to run out the clock.
Well, they only have one timeout left, so they probably figure they can't do much with that, but the fans won't like it.
Guy runs pretty hard.
Yeah, he's got Perry blocking for him right here. Watch Perry get the hit on Tony Dickerson, and then Heater spins off and makes about 5 or 6 yards.
Second and 4, Giants at the 30-yard line. Dallas isn't going to stop the clock either now, apparently. Nice hole for Perry, and we get another flag.
Got a holding there in the line of scrimmage.
We mentioned if the Giants lose this ball game, it would be a 9-game losing streak, which would tie their previous record set in 1976. They opened the year in 76 with 9 straight losses. Last year they lost their first 5 and then turned it around and won 5 out of 6. Here's the call from the referee, Ben Dry.
Holding, offense, number 69.
It's on Roy Simmons, the left guard. Moves the ball back to the 20-yard line. It'll be second down, 14. There's the comparative on the two quarterbacks. White has had all kinds of problems today. Again, if you join us late, he's got a shoulder injury.
That's a mistake up there for Simms on those 9 interceptions, but
is that what it said? 9 interceptions?
Pretty obvious.
Straight handoff to Heater over the right side out to the 23.
Well, Dallas is going to take another timeout. They're going to get a few seconds. They can at least maybe try to block a punt.
Dallas, second timeout.
Well, the Cowboys will have 1 timeout left Charlie Waters will come over to the sideline for a word with Ernie Stautner, the defensive coordinator. You'll notice Stautner wears the white T-shirt there, while the rest of the Cowboy assistants are all decked out in blue. He always wears a contrasting color because he calls those defensive signals in the sideline, and that way it's not hard for Waters or Brunig to pick up the signals. Ray Perkins, at 38 years of age, youngest head coach in the National Football League, former assistant at San Diego. On his right is Bill Austin, who once upon a time was a head coach in this league. Pittsburgh Steelers. For many years an assistant on Vince Lombardi's staff, the Green Bay Packers.
Well, you got 15 seconds to go, and Dallas is thinking they can call a timeout, probably try to block a punt. New York's trying to figure out how they're going to run those 15 seconds off and not let Dallas have the football, or even a chance for the football.
Again, keep in mind, Brent Musburger, Phyllis George, Herb Cross, Jimmy the Greek at halftime with scores and highlights on the NFL Today. Third down, Giants need 11 for the first down from their own 23. Peter trying to get outside and is stopped at the 25. Let's see if the Cowboys, yes, they do stop the clock, which will force the Giants to punt here. The Cowboys can either go for the punt block or maybe the big return on what will probably be the last play of the first half. So again, the two teams call timeout. Remember several years ago, it was a Monday night game. The Giants were at Texas Stadium, and a group of Giant rooters came down from New York, and they had a little flip card section. They were going to put up "Go Giants Go" at a certain point, get themselves on television to the fans back home. And I don't know what they were serving that night at Texas Stadium, but about the end of the third quarter, when it came time to make the big move, the signs came up, and it said "Ugh," and that's "Ugh."
Well, you got a million of them, Frank.
Well, another timeout killer. Fourth down. Giants need 8 for the first down.
Well, this punt return will probably take about 9 seconds.
See if the Cowboys come with a big rush or peel back for the return.
They've got to be going for the rush. And New York knows it.
Here they come.
There they come. There they go.
The kick is high and short and goes out of bounds at about the 45-yard line.
1 second left. And there's a penalty.
Naturally. We've had a ton of them here in the first half, better than 100 yards worth of penalties. Looks like it's going to be against the Giants.
If 1 second to go, and if Dallas takes this penalty, I wouldn't even punt again.
It comes down to a question of what do you think your odds are? Better running a punt back for a touchdown or throwing a Hail Mary?
Well, getting a punt block. Just 1 second to go, you can run the play off. I'd say Dallas will.
No penalty. No penalty.
No penalty.
Well, the flag was down, but they've changed their mind, so the Cowboys will get the football at their 46 with 1 second left to play in the half. Time for one play. What do you think? Wind up and let it fly.
Well, Dallas has worked on a play like every other team, putting maybe 3 wide receivers on one side and let them get down to the end zone and hope the ball will be tipped up in the air and someone will catch it. That's about all you can do here.
Cowboys trail 28-21. And somehow you feel there's going to be a few more points scored in this game before it's over.
Yes.
1st and 10 from the 46-yard line of Dallas. They go with the hit screen to Tony Hill, but that's the half. Tony saw the door close. There was nothing there whatsoever. And the first half ends with the New York Giants leading the Dallas Cowboys 28-21. Roger Staubach and I'll be back shortly.
In this country, winter isn't a season, it's a warning.